everything is about vibration. You are vibrational beings. You don't know it for the most part because you have interpreters within you that help you to identify vibration. You literally decipher and interpret vibration, and that's why you see as you do, or hear as you do, or smell, or taste, or feel with your fingers. All of these physical senses are vibrational interpreters. But you have another vibrational interpreter that, from our awareness, is more important than all of the rest of them put together. It's the one that the beasts of your planet operate mostly from, even though they still have sight and they can hear, and in many cases they can hear even better than you can. You, as humans, assign many attributes to animals based upon their ability to smell or their ability to hear that are inaccurate. It is not their hearing and smelling that often makes them as aware as you see them. It is that they are utilizing their ability to sense through their vibrational sensors or emotions. When you are in alignment with who you really are, and do you know what we mean by that? You are here in these physical bodies. You are magnificent. We see you indeed. But you are extensions of source energy. You are extensions of a vibrational stream or current of well-being. And as you allow the connection, you feel wonderful. And that allowance of that feeling good is your allowance of your connection. And that's what true instinct is. When you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on, when you are allowing yourself to be in the vibrational frequency of who you are, it isn't that you see better or hear better or smell better or taste better or touch better while you do. It is that you sense all things better. In other words, it is that you know better. It is that you are on the smell, the scent, you are on the vibe, you are on the wavelength of well-being. You are on one of those journeys where doors are opening, and it does not matter what your destination is. The doors are opening. The doors are opening, and willing people who are on the same vibrational wavelength are there to open the doors for you. And your comments are things like, oh, what a nice person. Oh, what an effective person. Oh, what an efficient person. Oh, what a wonderful experience. That's what comes out of your mouth when you are on that vibe. But when you're still pushing against, when you're feeling injustice, when you're feeling the unfairness of something, when you're noticing what's gone wrong, and when you're trying to justify your negative emotion by pointing out how wrong it is, now you're on a different vibrational wavelength. You're on the journey where the doors are banging shut. They're closing down. Your feet are stuck in the mud. And the people that join you on that journey are those who are also stuck. They are the complainers. They are those who are irritated. They are the overwhelmed, the overworked. They are those that have been victimized. They are those that are living injustice of all level. They are those who will agree with you how hard it is. So which journey do you want to take? Because they're both available to you right now on every subject in your life. Whether it is your health, whether it is the way your body looks or feels, whether it is your relationships, whether it is your finances, whether it is the way your house looks, whether it is the people that are helping you, whether it is the way you dovetail with traffic, every single aspect of every single action of every single moment of every single day, you are standing at a juncture where you get to choose the easy way or the hard way. And by the easy way, we want to say the enlightened way. And there are many of you who would say, oh, the easy way is the wrong way because I have to validate my existence. I have to justify. I have to work hard. And we say, go on that path that feels bad. If it feels a little bad at the beginning and you notice it, it's going to get a whole lot worse. And you're going to get out there lost in the desert or stuck in the jungle or in the muck and mire, and you're going to feel really validated in your misery. But the most important thing that we want you to hear is that the reason that it feels so bad is because you took that journey without the clarifying presence of your inner being. Not because your inner being is not there. Your inner being is always there. In fact, in every point in time, you could be on a 7 or 8 day leg of this miserable journey, but you're still at the vortex where you get to choose a better feeling or a worse feeling. In other words, it's not like you get all the way down that miserable path and you have to make your way back to the beginning point and start again. The path will fork off for you in every moment of every day. In every moment, you have the option of a new fork. So here it is. It's day 7. I feel awful. Esther will say, I'm a mere shadow of the bright shining light I used to be. My week at Marathon has sucked the life from my body. And we say, but you have right now a new option. In other words, you don't have to start over. You don't have to go back. You don't have to figure out where it went wrong. You don't have to figure out how far back down the road you were thinking those thoughts. You don't have to wonder, what did I do to deserve this? All you have to do is say, here I am, and I got a choice right now of a better feeling path or a worse feeling path. What do I choose? And we know when you've been moving down that not good feeling path, some of those first choices that feel better are sort of hard to find. But we want you to evermore hold this image of these parting paths and realize that in the moment that you say, I'm going to try just a little bit to get onto the better feeling path, in that small effort, a little bit of your connection to who you are comes back. In other words, it does not take much. You could tune yourself from the worst feeling to the best feeling in 30 minutes or less. We're not kidding you. In far less than it takes to learn QuickBooks on your computer. In far less than it took to learn how to navigate the mouse. In far less than it takes to complain to one more person about how bad things are. In other words, if you will make a decision to tune yourself up, you can. And when you do, now you are the creator of your own reality. What makes you feel worse than the feeling of powerlessness? Nothing. And who gives your power to someone else? Only you. You cannot be powerless unless you find thoughts that render you powerless. And nobody can give you those thoughts. Oh, they can misbehave. They can not really care about you. They can be busy in their own life. They can have more to do than they can deal with. In other words, they cannot meet your expectation. They can disappoint you. They can hurt your feelings. They can do things that in your list of right and wrong could be very wrong. But you're the only one who can focus there long enough to suck the life out of yourself. In other words, nobody else can do that to you. So when you realize that you have these options, eternal options, and you say, nothing's more important than that I feel good. And so right now I'm going to do the best I can do to find the best feeling thought that I have available to me right now. In the moment you make that statement, a light shines on that other path. So here you are, back at the beginning, wherever that was. And instead of going the good feeling way, you went the way that was most logical, the way that was the easiest to go, because you were observing what was happening. So you went this way a little bit. And as you go this way a little bit, and you don't feel very good, now you feel like you have to justify having gone that way a little bit. So you look for others who are willing to hear you out. And they're always there, because after all, you went the way that they go. So you complain a little here and you complain a little there until you got a pretty good vibe going, and now you're moving pretty strongly down this path. But every step you take hurts a little more. Things fall on you, things poke at you, ideas come to you. It gets increasingly unpleasant. And here's the part we want you to hear. At some point, when you realize how this feels, stop and say, well, I have taken the fork that is not my best work, but I can still branch off now. And I can branch off and branch off and branch off. In other words, I can continue to choose a better feeling path. And when you make the effort to choose a better feeling path, something will come to validate your better choice. It's like a spotlight shines on it. It's like for a moment you can see your goal again. It's like you can begin to breathe again. It's like you begin to feel the blood moving through your body. It's like you've connected back in to the source of life and to the source of clarity. And even though you're still a long way from your destination, you at least feel better. Hope begins to surface within you. As we're moving forward today, we'll talk about a lot of different things, but all of them will be with the basis beneath them of you having 2 points of vibrational relativity that you want to keep your sensors out about. In other words, it doesn't matter what day it is, and it doesn't matter where you are, and it doesn't matter who you are, and it doesn't matter what you're focused upon. We all live by these same laws, and it is this powerful law of attraction that says that which is likened to itself is drawn. And when you get on that not good feeling path, that which is likened to itself is drawn. In other words, you can't go that way and have it work out. If it doesn't feel good, it's not going to get better until it begins to feel better. And you're the only one who can make it feel better, because the world is not oriented to focus only upon you. The universe is responding to your vibration. And the world will not change its conditions in order to please you. And we are so appreciative of that. Because if you could find some way of demanding the ceasing of contrast because you're too lazy to focus, you would be able to affect the ceasing of all that is. Don't worry, you're not that powerful. So we are not issuing ultimatums, but we do think that it's helpful to understand the law. The law of gravity taught itself to you. Did you notice? You didn't learn it in books. You didn't say, I don't know about gravity, so when I step off of here, I just float away. The law of gravity says when you step off of here, it will show you how it responds under these conditions. And law of attraction will show you that too. Law of attraction will show you its eternal response to your vibration. You cannot set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM. The frequencies have to line up. And it doesn't matter how insistent you become or how many people you try to convince that you want 98.7 to come through the frequency of 6:30 a.m. You've got to change your frequency. You just have to. You have to line up with this law of physics, this vibrational law of attraction, which is responding eternally to where you are. As Jerry and Esther travel from Phoenix to San Diego, they know it's an easy journey. It's 400 miles. It's west. All they have to do is point in the right direction and keep going. They know they're going to get there. They don't get at the halfway point and take score, oh, we're in Yuma and there's no place to eat in Yuma, and get all discouraged and disoriented and turn around and go back to Phoenix. Can you imagine? Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma. We're never going to get to San Diego. Phoenix, Yuma, Phoenix, Yuma. 400, 800, 1200, 1600, No one told us that it was 1,000,000 miles to get to San Diego. I had no idea this journey was going to be so hard. That's really ridiculous, isn't it? Because you know what you're doing on that 400-mile journey. But sometimes we see you sick, better, not good enough, you say. Sick, better, not good enough, you see. Sick, better, not good enough. Sick, better, sick, better, sick, better, sick, better, sick, better. How are you? I have a chronic illness. How long have you had it? As long as I can remember. What are you doing about it? Nothing works. You're getting the picture. So as you begin to pay attention to the way you feel, you can make steady progress. And when you understand that when you feel better, it's got to begin to turn out better. People will say, Abraham, it just came out of the blue. I don't know where it came from. And we say, it didn't come out of the blue. You've been beating the drum before something can manifest. And you've been beating it quite a bit before it manifests. We think what must be happening is you've just adjusted to feeling ornery. And when you adjust to feeling ornery, then you don't insist on a better feeling path. You say, well, I didn't feel that bad. And we say, if you've got negative emotion, which is your indicator that you are not in vibrational alignment with your desire, and you don't do something to clean up your vibration to improve the way you feel, don't worry. It will get bigger. The negative emotion will become stronger. You just can't keep marching down the path that doesn't please you without the path that doesn't please you becoming more filled with more things that don't please you. So this seminar is about forking off. From wherever you are, just take the emotional journey that feels better. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. We'll show you from wherever you are how to take the better feeling path. And when you decide that that's what you want, your life will improve immediately. Because through all of this contrast, you have been launching rockets of desire that are being held for you in vibrational escrow. They are encoded with your vibrational DNA. They are yours whenever you become a vibrational match to them. No one can swoop in and take them away from you. It's not a matter of whether you can create or have them or not. It's only a matter of when. And the answer to the when question is, how many forks have I taken in the direction of what I'm wanting? How willing am I to set aside my need to justify the injustice of where I stand? And how willing am I to disregard the action journey for a moment while I take the path of a better feeling emotional journey?